the mainstream media won't be on our side on this one. Unfortunately, we do have good folks like Paul and Vicki McKenna. And the other good people in talk radio who will tell us the truth. Now, of course, liberals will try and shut these people up. They'll do everything in their power to shut these people up. So it will be our job to make sure the liberals don't succeed. You know, one really big difference between liberals and conservatives is we conservatives actually believe in free speech. What a concept, huh? Liberals only talk about free speech to gain power because they hunger for power over people. We conservatives, we simply want to be left alone. Now, the problem with that is it puts us at a distinct disadvantage in the political arena. I mean, for a liberal, political office is a lifelong ambition. A true conservative sees public office as an act of service, and only when duty calls.
Check out the yellow sign over here. Tea drinker against Tea Party. Stop giving tea to bad dreams.
So today, I am here to say, duty is calling.
Mr. Rogers, you see that one?
And it is calling each and every one of us. We need to elect true conservatives. Not politicians, but citizen legislators. People who actually listen to us. People who will tell the truth. And in the end,
that's a hard one for a politician,
man. What needs to be done.
Well, we can't actually do something smart and suggest that perhaps we look at a new model of labor. No. Let's force all the other businesses out there that have been doing it right for decades and decades and decades to bail out the guys who've been doing it wrong for decades and decades. Nobody asked me about that.
You don't want to talk to me?
Nobody asked any of us about that. And they passed an $820 billion, or as if I may borrow from Paul Ryan's actual analysis of this bill, $3.27 trillion stimulus package with the promise of green jobs and shovel-ready opportunities for all. Will you please raise your hand if you've gotten one of those shovel-ready opportunities? Shovel this. Give me back that money.
I want my money. Yeah. Yeah, it goes on my card.
Well, it ain't us, folks. A lot of you out there are still without a job. A lot of you out there are wondering, hey, where's my shovel-ready job? I'm shovel-ready. I got my shovel. Can I get a job? No. Shovel-ready job simply means spending more money to expand the size of government. Guys, that's why it costs $3.27 trillion. This is just simply a permanent increase in government. In Wisconsin, it's worse, if you can believe it. The Democrats who control government in this state have unleashed a wholesale destruction of one citizen, one vote. They are talking about it as we speak. They are in a room right now conspiring on how to get a bill passed that they're so embarrassed about they didn't even want to tell the public it was going on. They want to codify into law. They want to codify into law the ability of groups like Acorn to determine what happens in Wisconsin elections. You know what? They're so concerned, apparently, about you guys and what happens in November, they want to make it as easy as possible to cheat by removing the most basic requirement as a check or balance in Wisconsin elections, your signature. I guess your signature disenfranchises people too. And that's just the opening act of what Wisconsin government is doing.
Let's find out that's wrong for America, it's wrong for Wisconsin.
That's wrong for America. That's wrong for Wisconsin. And I never thought I would ever see the day that socialized medicine and health care would become the law in the state of Wisconsin and the country. That's wrong for America. That's wrong for Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen. And you know something? Barack Obama and Russ Feingold both said it did not go far enough. I want to go back to Washington, says Russ Feingold, and pass a public plan, a government-controlled plan to compete against private health insurance. That's wrong for the country. That's wrong for Wisconsin. And you know something? Large labor unions, the union bosses say, we can't convince the workers to join the union. So Barack Obama and Russ Feingold says, well, let's pass a law. They don't have to vote. Just sign a card. It will put them all unions. That's wrong for America. It's wrong for the working man, and it's wrong for Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. And then, I don't mind. Yes, I do. But I wish somebody would have the decency when they vote for all this socialized collective government stuff to have the courage to come back to Wisconsin and say, I really voted for it. Instead, he comes back to Wisconsin and says, I am a conservative. A conservative, ladies and gentlemen, that was a deciding vote to raise the debt credit by the largest amount ever. That was Russ Feingold. Does that sound like a conservative? Then he says, oh, but I vote against earmarks. Well, he voted, ladies and gentlemen, for the stimulus package that had 8,000 earmarks in it. That is wrong, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time for us to stand up and take our country back.
Your government has redefined the Commerce Clause by ignoring the enumerated powers that we placed in the Constitution. Your government has redefined the Necessity Clause by usurping powers reserved to the states. And now it's attempting to redefine the Takings Clause. That's the one eminent domain is based off of. And there's so-called scholars out there who claim the federal government can confiscate your wages and give you health care in return. This government is claiming to be all-powerful, and you are its slaves. Are you ready to give up liberty like this? No! History in general only informs us of what bad government is. It's up to us to review history so we're not doomed to repeat it. One of the things I've always done is I placed economy first as most important of virtues, and public debt is the greatest danger to be feared. And I advocate the government must be required to live within its means. And it cannot finance the wants of the day on the backs of our kids and grandkids.